Commanders, this is Commander JB again, and in this video I will go over a little bit about navigation and how to get around in Elite Dangerous and how do I get out of this system and get to other places. That's about what we're going to cover. So if we look over to the left on our navigation tab, you'll see that we have this location menu. You can see your current system, where we are now is in the Iranian system. We can scroll down and see the places that we can jump to. So I can jump to Asalius Primus, LP98 132, Ibutis, and Dahan. Now, let's say I wanted to plan a long trip. We have this galaxy map here. So opening up the galaxy map, it'll come down to view us, zooming in slowly, all epic and everything. So now we can see where we are. We're here in Aranin. You can left click to move your camera around the single point where you are. Right clicking will allow you to go up and down. Holding both mouse buttons left and right will allow you to keep on the same plane where you are and move around. Then finally the scroll wheel will zoom in and out. So here we're in Iranin. Let's say we want to go to the all-in system. So we see all-in is over here on the map, which I can click it. But say I didn't know where it is and I just want to find where all-in is. I can come up to the navigation tab on the top left here. I can type in the name of the system, all-in, hit enter. It will find the system here. Now I can click here. I have current location and destination. If I click on all-in, it'll set it as my destination. And then I can easily go back and forth between the two. Now by default, you're going to see these jump connections. This show jump connections box you can turn on and off to toggle it. If you see a blue line between two systems, you can jump. These lines and everything will change based on how much you're carrying, how much cargo you're carrying, what kind of ship you're in. In a Sidewinder with no cargo, with just the two standard lone lasers right now, I can jump anywhere that these blue lines let me. Now say I filled up my cargo all the way with 4 cargo slots. You'll notice that some of these lines go away. Let's scroll them back. Okay, so if I wanted to go to between Morgor here and BD-47, you'll see this line. I can only carry up to 3 tons of cargo. If I'm carrying 4, I can no longer jump between these two systems because it is too far. I'm not carrying any cargo right now. This is just useful for planning. So I'm not carrying any cargo. Let's leave it at 0. And I just wanted to go to all-in. So I'm going to follow the path here, and I see I have a line I can go to get to Ibutis here, and then I can jump from Ibutis to all-in, and that's going to be my path. Other things that we have here on the map is the realistic and map view in the view options. If we click map, we can get some special overlays to show different things. By default, all of these are going to be checked. And what these show are trade routes. I can show no trade routes or show the trade routes. So if I want to trade, I'll go over this in more detail later in another video. Also, you can also show the allegiances of the systems with color coding. So you can see that the Iran system is independent. It is red. If I take out that, I don't even see Iran anymore because I don't want to see independent systems. You can see Ibutis system is yellow because their allegiance is with Federation, and same with all-in. This will become important later with missions and whatnot. These are government types. You can also see economy, which will be useful for trading. Population, to see how many people, and you can limit actually population. Say I only want to see large population places. You can see here that Word has a pretty big population. So does Ibutis in this area. Let's go back to regular view, the realistic view. You have a few other options here. In the options tab, you can show and hide the grid. Though the grid is pretty useful. Navigation markers. Markers just show that these are places you can travel to, as well as which ones you have selected. Region names, which you can see what region of space everything is in. Show and hide those. You can also show and hide constellations, which constellations, I don't see any around here right now, but that's not a big deal. So the important thing is, I said I wanted to go to All-In. I'm an Aranin, so I've now planned out that I need to jump to Ibutis and then jump to All-In in order to get there. So now we can exit the map, and I know where to go. So I'm going to select Ibutis here. Let's lock my destination. Point my Sidewinder in the direction I want to go, and engage my hyperdrive.
Charging hyperdrive.
Now it will help hyperdrive if you throttle forward as it is charging. You'll notice it does charge up a bit faster. This will help, you know, save a couple seconds here and there when you're charging. It doesn't matter exactly what position your throttle is in, as long as your throttle is moving while the hyperdrive is charging up, it does tend to move a lot faster. The having pips into systems or engines or weapons doesn't seem to really do anything to speed that up. Really what affects it the most that I've noticed is just having your throttle moving. So now when you get to another system, you'll see that I was pointing a star right away. You're going to want to turn away from the star, otherwise you will drop out of Super Cruise, which was what we are in right now. And it can cause damage to your ship. So I wanted to go to All-In next. So now that I'm here, I can lock onto All-In, and that will set up my hyperdrive again to go. It'll start charging. I'm going to point the direction I want to go, start moving my throttle slightly forward, very slowly. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Here we are. I'm looking at this beautiful star. The graphics are just amazing in here. But I want to turn away. I don't want to fall out by getting too close to a celestial body. So now that I'm here, where do I want to go? Let's go to All-In Enterprise, and I'll go over a little bit of how Super Cruise works. Getting into it works with the same key binding as it does for hyperdrive, except having a target selected that is not another star. So anything within a solar system, you will use Super Cruise to get there, which is just kind of like a very fast way to fly. When you're in Super Cruise here, you'll see that my speed indicator is 2.2 C. C would be like how fast you are compared to the speed of light. And you'll see the distance I am from planets. I'm 14 light seconds from All-In. Let's go somewhere a little bit further out just so I can describe this a little bit. So I'm going to go towards All-In 4, accelerate, put my throttle all the way forward, and get my speed to increase. As you can see, I'm going 1.5, 2 times the speed of light, increasing up more to 3. And you can get up to some pretty high speeds, you know, 50, 60 or so times the speed of light, depending on your distance from the planet, or the celestial body that you're going to, or the signal source, or wherever you're headed. So we're going to turn around here and head back to All-In Enterprise, because that's where I actually wanted to go. I just wanted to get a little bit further away. Okay, so now we are heading towards All-In Enterprise. can see my speed is 20 times the speed of light. And when I get closer to the system that you're getting to, you don't want your speed to exceed much more than 10% of your distance to your target. So you can see right now I'm going at 9 times the speed of light. I'm going at 6, 4, and my distance to the planet, say is 25 light seconds. If I'm at 25 light seconds away from the planet, I want my speed to be around 2.5 times the speed of light at max. Now, you get a little leeway here, so you do go a little bit faster sometimes, but really, if you go too fast, you're going to blow right past the planet. So let me put my throttle all the way forward, and I'll show you what I mean. You get this slow down indicator, and then now I put my throttle all the way back, and I can't stop. I'm just going crazy. Oh no. Going crazy, blowing right past where I wanted to go. We don't want that. So we can turn back around and come back to the target where I'm going. Let's put my speed all the way up, and let's go over a little way of how to drop the speed. Just a small little tip here. If I'm going too fast, there we go, now I'm going too fast. If I tip down or up in another direction, you'll see it starts coming, my speed comes back down. Let's put my speed back up and head into target. Now, I didn't go way past it. I lost a little bit of time, but not too much there. The best spot to keep your throttle, which once you're within the range of that keeping 10% under, is keep your throttle, just push it ever so slightly under the middle, where you just see the blue just pass, just like this. Just tip, 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 and you see a little bit of blue. I passed the system there, ignore that. I'm explaining things. We'll turn back around and get right back in there. See, there's nothing really to worry about if you pass the system. You can just turn around and come back. It's just a little bit of extra time wasted. But now that I'm in this blue section, the top of the blue, there's a difference. It's just in the bottom little part of the blue. So now I see safe disengage ready. I can click my button for the hyperdrive again, and that'll drop me out. The hyperdrive / super cruise button, also known as frame shift. And I will drop out of Super Cruise right at All-in Enterprise. I'll be approximately 20 kilometers out. There we go. So we are 20 kilometers out from All-in, and we've made it to our destination.